Okay, you might have seen the news earlier that Manchester United are looking at signing Nene Dorgeles, however you say it. He's a Mali winger. He's 22, plays for Salzburg right now, and I think that what we should do is together learn about this man. So let's have a look. Right, it's only right that we start on Transfermarkt, probably the best website to find out all stats, that kind of stuff. So what we're looking at here is he's valued at 8 million according to Transfermarkt, which I find quite interesting because United are looking at a pay packet right now and they're discussing that. So it's going to be interesting how far above it, because then it's never going to be below that. So how far above 8 million are Manchester United willing to pay for this guy? Because we all know about the United tax. Obviously, the next port of call is his goals to game, his goals in general. How many goals and assists he has managed so far this season. And I think that the thing is that to look at this season, he's been on loan before this season to various different clubs. So I think let's look at him playing in the Austrian league, which is the best league he's played in so far, and let's see how he's doing there. So as we can see, 14 games in the Bundesliga, 4 goals, 5 assists. Brilliant return. That is an absolutely wonderful return. That's exactly what we want to be seeing. Only 1 yellow card as well, which I think is really important to point out. Now coming up on what I think is probably my favourite part of the Transfermarkt website, which is, and let me just move this one over a little bit there, is the positions played. So as we can see, he's got 12 games on the left, I think it's 10 games on the right, and he's got only 2 games up top. So while they obviously do see him possibly as someone with talent at striker, his talents are definitely more suited to the flanks. So if we look at his return though, I mean he's doing brilliantly. Eight goals and assists in 12 on the left wing, and 4 goals and assists in 10 on the right. Now this is so crucial to how Manchester United need to go forwards in terms of their purchases in the market, because we're buying now, it seems to be, that we're looking into players that are more versatile and on the cheap. So we've got a player here that's valued at £8 million by Transfermarkt, or €8 million, and is putting up great numbers in a decent league, and is able to play in at least 2 different positions, possibly as well down the middle. And I'm just so pleased with this. It just really makes me happy to see that Ineos, the board, the scouts, whoever, are taking into account that we need to make the most out of every single signing. In those games where you need to switch things up, and Anthony has to play at left back against Liverpool, and he sits on the sideline moaning. He's complaining to his teammates about how he doesn't want to be there. We can't have that. And what we need is players that can play in multiple positions, and this is just absolutely brilliant to me. To look for when you're looking at injury history is recurring injuries, which we can see one of those in the few that there are. It's this ankle. So February, March time last year, he was having a slight ankle issue, and I don't know how major this is. Seemingly, he's kind of got over it, but this is obviously towards the end of the season, so I don't know how many games he really played during this time. But it is something to kind of look out for, think about, because Lenny Yoro, as we know, had an ankle injury, and he was out for the first couple months of his United tenure.